Well, hi. Candy making session number 1. This is the Kandi Cuff. I'm making a new addition for the EDC adventures that we're going to have. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set things up. So you want to know exactly what you're working on, because when we start building it, you're going to get lost and it's real easy. So next thing we're going to want to do, this is the string that you're going to want to use, 1 millimeter, just because you could pull as much as you really want on it and you're never going to break it. Next thing you want to do is you're going to need enough string. So we're going to do 8 wraps of the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have a little bit left over where we can cut. Because the last thing you want to do is you want to have to splice. That sucks. Splicing can work with this, but you have to do a lot of knots and it takes away from the final product. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2-in-1. So this is going to be a 2-in-1 project. So what we're going to do is we're going to take both ends. We're going to do one on either end. Put it together. And then we're going to do one. And we'll come back when I get a little bit more done. So this is what it's going to look like. Hey, just wanted to give a tip. Before we get started, you want to make sure you measure out everything. So for my wrist, I measured it. This is 9 long and 23 across. Now, if you don't have the proper spacing for here, it's going to be too small, it's going to be too big, and it's going to be really uncomfortable when you wear it all day long. For the spacing, you want to make sure for your shape, you can extend it, but if you're too short, you're going to know it, and everything's going to look a little off-sided. You're going to have to restart. So 9, 23. Okay, we got some more progress. So what we did was we did 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then when we came over to here, we looped this over, and then we filled in every other one from here. And then we're going to keep going. Okay. You got some progress done. Now, I do have a tip. What I did back in the day is got real lazy. And I would just put them all on one, and then I'd keep going, and then I think I can tighten it up all on the fly. That doesn't work. You can't tighten these ones down here up. So when you get to here, you want to make sure you get a good chunk of the string, and then you pull really tight. So that's why we're using this one, and you can actually really wrap around. And what we want is we want this thing to be super tight. So when I pull, like, there's really no play. That's the goal. Okay, we're in the final strokes here. So what we're gonna do, final project, you wanna make sure it fits around your wrist. You can just do it like this. So for me, I know exactly what mine is, but for you, you're gonna wanna test. Now what we're gonna do to finish this off is go like this, and then you're gonna fish it through. Now, you're gonna wanna go back, and then you're gonna wanna go back again. I know it seems like a pain, but it's worth it in the end, because what happens when you go just this way and tighten it, if that breaks, it will fall apart mid-event. But if you go this way and then back, and then you knot it over here, even if it does break, it will hold itself together until the end of the event, which will help you out. So I'll show you what it's looking like at the end, and I think it's looking pretty good. There we go. Final product. This is it. As you can see, you can't see the knots. So what I did was the knot is actually in the center. So you can pull all you want. It's not going to be along the edge. Now, this does look tight, and it is. So the trick will be to get it on, and then once you get it on, it'll sit there nice. That looks pretty slick. Yay me. edcpatrick.